So I had a follower send me an email asking me about the funding package that Joe Biden signed to avert the government shutdown and whether or not there was a congressional raise in there. They wanted to know, can Congress vote themselves a raise? And was it in the bill, etc.? The answer to both of those is kind of. First of all, was there a raise in there? Yes, but it wasn't so much a raise as it was they did not include the language to prevent a raise. In 1989, they passed a law under George H.W. Bush that would grant a yearly cost of living raise to Congress. Now, in every funding bill since 2009, that cost of living increase has been denied. They've put language in each spending bill until now to prevent that raise from taking place. So, no raises for Congress from then till now. Now, ultimately, what it's going to come up to is about $6,600, between 4 and 6%, which isn't a huge raise considering they make $174,000 a year, or did. Now, starting in January with the new Congress, they will be up to the 180,000 mark roughly. So not a huge difference. Comes out to like $100 and some a week. So, and I don't know if it was intentionally forgotten or if it got lost in the shuffle, because remember, there were two funding bills that got voted on prior to this version, and there had been a deal that Donald Trump killed, that leading to them trying to get something passed and ahead of this shutdown with like less than 48 hours to go. And even this bill didn't pass until the 11th hour. So they just didn't include it, so they are going to get their raise. Now, can they vote themselves in a raise? The answer to that is also kind of. The 27th Amendment prohibits them from voting themselves a raise. All raises must take effect the following Congress. What does that mean? Well, that means any raise they would vote in after, say, January 3rd of 2025 does not take effect until January 3rd of 2027, when the next Congress starts. They count Congresses every 2 years after each congressional election, or whether it's during the general or the midterms, and that's how they do that. The 27th Amendment was meant to prevent Congress from continuing to give themselves massive pay raises during the legislative session that they're in. And that was added to the Constitution in 1992. However, kind of interesting, the 27th Amendment was initially sent out for ratification by the states in 1789. It took them almost 203 years to finalize ratification of the 27th Amendment, because there was no language in there about how long they had to ratify it. So they got the legislatures to ratify it, and they got it added. So that's where that stands. It is kind of ironic, too, that they got themselves a pay raise, or didn't prevent their own pay raise since 2009, because 2009 was also the last time the federal minimum wage went up. So they didn't prevent their own raise, but won't raise the minimum wage. I can see why some people are mad, but all in all, it wasn't a huge dollar amount. It wasn't that they gave themselves, tens of thousands of dollars. It was $6,600 roughly, and their first raise since 2009.